Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 13 of Omnifactory. This is ZD Sauce, and this is what we have so far for applied energistics, and we are hoping to improve this a little bit more today. Yesterday we were able to make the ME chest, which can technically hold one of these 1K ME storage cells, which, so technically I have digital storage, but as of right now, it's no better than a real chest. So what I want to do is get to actually having an ME drive. That's actually something I want to add to my list. And then also work towards getting some 4K storage cells, because I feel like those are a bit better than the 1Ks. Although the 1Ks do work, but yeah, so we're really not too far off this drive as of right now, but I want to follow it how the quest book suggests. I believe, what do we got? So yeah, we need to make a terminal and then some of these conduits, and then I think the drive might come soon after. And then so that shouldn't be too hard to do. And then I also want to work on getting this Inscriber and then making the different processors that are used for the various parts of applied energistics. And then yeah, hopefully I want to have a whole ME drive with some storage cells all set up today, and then I can get rid of these chests. So looking forward to that. In between episodes, I process up a bunch of clay as well, so this blast furnace is hard at work right now. Yeah, I got a lot going. There's still like a stack and a half in the chests over there, and also my power is holding up very, very well. It's running. I noticed when we were running like a couple of these machines, and then also the blast furnace, there was a slight loss. We have our like battery buffer here, but it really wasn't too bad. And now that's just slowly filling up. And this is with the blast furnace running still. So yeah, I'm happy with how our power situation is right now. Yeah, so let's jump right into it. So the first thing we want to do is make this ME terminal. So this is a terminal we can actually interact with, as opposed to like the blank illuminated panel we made before. So, and then we just combine it with the circuit to make the terminal. So we just have to make another one of these panels, which should be pretty easy. Just need to make a couple more Fluix plates. And then we have some leftover quartz glass that we can use, and we can grab a circuit as well. Oh, I also made a bunch more circuits and turned them into processors, just because we're going to need a lot of these tier 2 circuits for various medium voltage stuff. Cool, so that's just this and this, and combine it with a circuit, and we should have an ME terminal. Nice. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I like to do the crafting terminal because I need the crafting grid right in there, but we'll get to that soon enough. Now it wants us to make these ME conduits. It says more expensive, but I really don't think they are, because you can have, so these ME covered cables is just a glass cable, which we've made with some rubber, which is very easy to get. And for 3 of those, we're able to get 8 ME conduits. So I really don't think that's too bad. So I'm going to make up a decent chunk of those actually. So let's see if I did like 9. Let's do that. Yeah, so I'll make 9 ingots worth of molten rubber. Molten rubber is a weird thing to say. That sounds like it would be very dangerous. And then yeah, if we just throw in 9 of these with 9 of those, and we should get some conduit binders as well, which I still have lying around somewhere, right? Yeah, right here. And it should be pretty straightforward. Basically an assembling machine, so we'll need 9 of these. And then wait for this to finish up, and we can grab this rubber and throw it in there. Something I don't like about these fluid tanks is once they're used, they get configured in a way, so you can't stack them. I think they get configured to like their certain type of fluid. All right, so we made 9 of those covered cables, which I think we can use, but I mean, we're just using them to make these ME conduits. And yeah, so we just turned 9 of these glass cables into 24 of these ME conduits. So I really don't think they're more expensive. I don't know what the quest book is really talking about there. But yeah, that should complete that quest. And yeah, it is really nice because it can share block space with like a power conduit or something of that sort. Cool, and now we can work on making our ME drive, which is definitely the big one. So we'll need a few things for this. We already have our ME chest, but we need to make a couple more of these more expensive components. So we need the emitter, which takes a couple processors and some electrum rods. Then also the sensor, which is just some aluminum plates, another electric rod, another processor. So I'm glad I made those processors. I am going to make a few more electrum rods. Can never find which machine I want. And then I also want to make a good chunk of aluminum plates. I'll just make half a stack for now because they're used pretty frequently. For the MV machine hull, you also need a good amount, so making a half a stack will not hurt here. Also, yeah, I'm very excited about all the aluminum cooking up. We're gonna be set for a while after all the terracotta that I processed. So that definitely feels good. Okay, so we got some aluminum plates that we need. We got, there is the lathe, some electrum rods, and we are making the ME drive. I think I should have everything. I should get some nether quartz, some copper cable as well. That's probably hiding somewhere. Did I throw it in here? Maybe not. Okay, I can make up a bit more copper cable. And then I'll need some rubber to cover that in. That should be enough for now. Cool, and let me get all the things I processed up. Cool, and now just nether quartz, and then I think I'm set to make these components. So for this, we need our processors as well. Okay, we got another emitter. And do I have what I need for the sensor as well? Looks like I do. Awesome. I don't know if there's quests for those. I think they're used for these components, but I think for any GregTech machines, they're definitely not used as much. Now we just need a couple circuits, which I also have, and then I think we should be good, and we should have this drive. Awesome. That's definitely a big step in our career. We're actually getting close to having digital storage. That's fantastic. Sweet. It doesn't really open up anything here. I think the Applied Energistics quest line does start with this, but we need MV machine holes. Before we do that, though, we can throw that up here. I also want to reorganize a little bit, so if we take this, there's not anything in there, and then if we just throw down some of our ME conduits, I think this should work. And don't need that anymore. Oh wow! Realized I was out of space. I'm just gonna throw this over here for now. It's just holding our different presses. Also, it's not quite out of energy yet, but I don't know why those weren't attracting. And yeah, so now we should be able to throw it on our crystal growth chamber and our ME drive, and we should be, yeah, it looks like this is, I saw some power going in. And now if we throw this 1K storage cell in, yep, we are online. And if we do that, oh, I think we need an actual an actual Fluix cable. And hey, we have digital storage. That's amazing. Oh, that's great. And then yeah, I think this just takes a little bit of power. I want to get an energy cell going, so the energy acceptor, but I think with an energy cell that will kind of keep things from glitching out. But yeah, that's awesome. Obviously, I'm going to kind of reorganize things so I can make it accessible down here, but that's really exciting. I also feel like it might be better to have my actual ME drive and everything down in the basement. I just feel like storage is more of a basement thing in my brain. Cool. So now I want to work on making that inscriber, so we can get started on that. Just toss away some of this stuff. That should be fine. So the inscriber, we need an MV machine hole first, so we need to complete that quest first. So that's just a bunch of copper cables, which we actually just made. So let's turn all of those into covered copper cables. Great. Yeah, get rid of some of this. And then we also need a good chunk of aluminum plates. And yeah, we should be able to make this relatively easy. Where's my wrench? Maybe I might have killed my wrench, actually. If I throw this in here, and then I need my hammer. Oh, I'm so ready to be done with these work tables. I'm very close to being at that point. Okay, so if we just make a MV machine casing, and then we need a couple wrought iron plates. Easy. Sure, I got some lying around somewhere. Cool, this is our first MV machine hull. I think we actually got a lot of coins for this as well, since it's one of the big boxes. 5 Omni nickels. That's better than pennies, but we are officially graduated from LV. We can start making MV machines, which is very nice. They run faster. They do take a bit more energy, but they run a good chunk faster. All these machines treated us well, but we are definitely gonna move past them. Not terribly quickly, just because it's nice to have, and a lot of times you don't necessarily need the speed. But yeah, I think for all my automatic processing, MV is a pretty good place to go. Cool. So now, yeah, this opened up a bunch of quest lines for applied energistics. So first things first, to make any of these processors, we do need an inscriber. And then the advanced inscriber is a bunch better as well. But yeah, so let's work on making this. So we're going to need some dark steel plates. We can use the MV machine hull that we just made. And then some electric components. Medium voltage components. Okay. Let me take a second, get some stuff prepared, and then I'll be right back. All right, and I am back. So yeah, I just spent some time making sure I had all the necessary things that I needed to make this inscriber. So yeah, there's a couple things we're gonna need to do. First, we're gonna need dark steel plates, so I already compressed up some of those. We have the machine hull, and then we need to make these electric pistons. So for these, I made some aluminum rods and plates. This gear is pretty easy to make. It's just a plate with a hammer. So we're gonna need a couple of those. I can actually make those really quick. We'll do it in here, why not? Just grab a couple of those. And then the motors themselves, they're actually gonna need, so you know how we had magnetic iron rods for LV components? For MV, we need magnetic steel rods. So I'm gonna make a bunch of those, and that should last a while for what we need. And then we need some more aluminum rods, and then some of the copper cabling that's covered, and also some 2x copper wires. So I'll get a half stack of those. We have the covered copper cable, and now we have the magnetic rods, and I think that should be good for what we're trying to do. Let's see. Nice. I might as well, I guess, make 8. We're definitely going to need more than 8, so that's pretty nice to have. And then we'll turn 2 of those into pistons, which is cool. We also have the stuff for that. And now, do we have everything? We do have everything. Wow, that went a lot faster than I thought, actually. Not bad at all. So this inscriber is used to basically inscribe. So useful. But basically, yeah, so we can make these printed silicons with the silicon press that we have and a silicon plate. And then when we combine that with one of these calculation circuits, which is used with Certus quartz plates, or there are different things, diamond plates, to make them, and then combine them with a circuit, you can make the different processors. Yeah, it's very nice. And yeah, normally they take redstone, but here they use GregTech circuits, so quite a bit more expensive. I think one of the first things I want to do, actually I can complete that quest pretty easy. One of the first things I want to do is work towards an advanced inscriber. Nice. I'm not really sure how that's made though. Okay, we do need some engineering processors, and then the rest of the stuff is very easy. So I think the first thing we should try to do is make 2 of these engineering processors, because the advanced inscriber will make things a lot easier. Essentially, this can only do 1 at a time, and it doesn't take stacks. So, like we put this in here, I can't put in a stack of, I guess I don't really have. Let me grab my silicon. But okay, yeah, I can't put in a whole stack of like silicon plates here and let it go. It needs to be one at a time. So that's kind of annoying. But yeah, so first thing first, to actually use this, we need to get some silicon plates, because that's how we make the printed silicon, which is used for every type of processor. So silicon plates is used by just, compressing silicon ingots. And silicon ingots should be easy enough. We just need to smelt up some silicon dust. Silicon dust is one of the things that we got from electrolyzing up clay. So we should be able to get these silicon ingots pretty easily. In the meantime, let me drop off some of this stuff, which we're not going to need for now. And then, so, okay, we have our silicon press that we got. We're making the silicon plates, which we can actually get started on right now. And then I think we should be in pretty decent shape. So what was the kind of... Okay, we need engineering processors is the one we're going to try to get first. So for that, we need a printed engineering circuit and some primitive circuits. So let's focus on just making 2 of those. So for this, we need a diamond plate. It was engineering, right? Now I'm concerned that I'm... Yeah, engineering. Okay, so we need 2 diamond plates, which I think is just a diamond and a compressor. It is. Okay, that's easy enough. And then a couple of the printed silicon and then circuits. Okay, that should be not too hard. I thought this was going to go a little bit quicker. Let this finish up. All right, I think I should have what I need for making the 2 engineering presses that we need for the advanced inscriber. So first things first, we need to grab our presses, and we want to make silicon first. So see, I'm shift clicking right now, but yeah, you can only do one at a time. Oh, I guess it'll restart if you try and overdo it. Yeah, so we'll just need 2 of these for now, though. And then we need to make some of the engineering presses after this. So if we find engineering, and that takes the diamond plates. We can also throw in acceleration cards to make this go a little bit quicker, but we're only making a few for now, so not super necessary. And then I think, yeah, we just need to do that. And we should have our first applied energistics processors, which is, that's awesome. And yeah, that's one of the quests. We're definitely going to need the logic and calculation processors for other things, but this is nice. It's one of them, and that should definitely open up the advanced inscriber. Oh, so exciting. Yeah, I want to use this normal inscriber for as little time as possible, so I'm just going to grab it, and we're going to be using that for the craft of the advanced inscriber. So we just need, what was it, a couple hoppers and just some normal iron as well. So we're going to need a bit more iron plates, actually. Man, that silicon takes forever to compress down. Actually, let me throw my my presses back down here. And then eventually what we're going to want to do, once we actually have automation set up, we can get 4 separate advanced inscribers and then have each one of them basically hold one of these presses. And then we can request on demand certain types of processors. It's pretty nice. I'm really looking forward to the stage in the game where we can get creative and help automate all that kinds of stuff. Cool. Grab some more iron plates. So we needed what? It was 2 hoppers. No, not for that. For the advanced inscriber. Yeah, we just need 2 hoppers and a couple iron. So we need 10 iron plates in total and a few chests. So let's grab 2 of these chests. And do hoppers need a hammer? No, it's a wrench. Okay. So grab the wrench, and I think we have everything for a hopper. Yep, that's that. And then we'll make 2 of them, if I can. There we go. Okay, we got 2 hoppers, and is that everything? It is. We got the advanced inscriber. That's fantastic. Okay. Drop off some of the stuff we don't need. Letting the iron plates cook up. We could use more iron plates. That can't hurt. Cool. And now that we have the advanced inscriber, So I'm just going to make a bunch of silicon presses just to demonstrate, and we're going to need a lot of those anyway. So I can just throw in the whole stack and just forget about this, and we should be able to come back to 44 printed silicon, which is great. Cool. Advanced Inscriber quest is done. Nice. So now that we have that, yeah, I would love to make the other types of processors now. So logic processors are, I think it's gold. Yeah, just a gold plate and some silicon. And then the other one is Certus quartz for calculation, I believe. Yeah, so Certus quartz plates. So yeah, I just want to make a few of each of them. So let me start compressing up some of the stuff I need. The other one is gold. I'll just do 6 of each. That's kind of an arbitrary number, but that's how many diamonds I randomly took out. And then, where's my Certus quartz? Nice. And we needed the plates for this, right? I do believe we did. Okay, I don't need you. Yeah, let's clean things up a little bit. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to throw that away. Oh, wait, except I don't need the diamonds. Cool, we got our diamond plates, we can get our gold plates, and then we're also going to need a decent amount of circuits, 18 in total. Okay, so I think 6 was the perfect arbitrary number to pick because now I'm pretty much out of circuits. That's crazy how quickly I made 80 in total of these electronic circuits, and I guess this is 27 circuits right here, but it is pretty wild how quickly we're flying through them. I'll definitely have to make more in between episodes again. Cool. Actually, I have Certus quartz plates already, don't I? Or maybe I'm just thinking of Certus... No, I have Certus quartz plates. All right. I think we have the things we need. Look at that. It's chugging along. That's great. Okay. So now let's grab our other presses. So this is calculation. So that will take some of the Certus quartz plates. I wonder how expensive these acceleration cards are actually. Advanced card, electrical steel, calculation processor. That's really not too bad. I might make some of those actually, just because this is taking its sweet time. And once you have a few, like even 1 or 2, it will make this fly through. If you have a whole stack of 5, it's like instantaneous. It's great. Cool. Next up, engineering, which that was diamond, right? I think so. Hope so. Yep, nice. And then after that, we'll do logic. And I'm just going to cut. All right, cool. So we got that sorted out. I figured I didn't need to show you guys just waiting for these things to finish crafting. Figure you get the idea by now. But yeah, so we got our 6 engineering processors, logic processors, and calculation processors. And that finished up the different quests that we have and also opened up a good amount of stuff. So we can grab our pennies from there, and you can see it opened up the 4K item storage having the logic processor, because that actually takes one of the logic processors. So that's definitely something I want to get, or at least get a couple of them, because I want to basically fill our ME drive with those. And then other than that, we also opened up interfaces. So this is going to handle our automation essentially. And this is a bit more complex to make. This robot arm, oh yeah, that's pretty serious. We should definitely make one of these though. And then these formation cores, okay, these aren't too hard to make either. We just need more logic processors. I think what I want to work on though is to make our first 4K ME storage component. I want to make one of these, and then I think in between episodes, I'll probably take some time and craft up a bunch of them. And then we can actually transfer our all of our stuff to our ME drive, which is nice. Cool. We have some more printed silicon. I'll just leave it up here for now because the only time we're going to be using this is when we're actually using the advanced inscriber. So, yeah. So let's work on our 4K storage cells. So that's going to take 3 of these 1K storage cells, which we made last episode, a logic processor, which we just made, and then some processors. Okay, this should be very easy to make. This is a tier 1. We just need some red alloy plates, which... Oh, wow. That is the perfect amount of red alloy plates that we need. And I think we also have the perfect amount of circuits. You know, everything's just working out right now. This is like ending off perfectly. I'll definitely have to make some more circuits in between episodes, but that's nice. And then this just needs a processor. Okay, I thought this was going to be like a 5-minute adventure, but I think we're done right now, actually. Boom. 4K ME storage component. And we had a housing lying around somewhere, right? Ah, there it is. Cool. So I think if we just combine those two, we can get into 16K and 40 or 64K as well. I don't think that's very necessary. But yeah, if we just combine these, awesome. So for those that are unfamiliar with how applied energistics work, so each one of these storage cells, you can see it says 0 out of 4,000 bytes and 0 out of 63 types. So this means that it can hold 63 different items. And then I'm not sure how bytes are calculated, but that determines how many of each stack of items you can have. So no matter what size storage cell you have, it's always going to be able to hold 63 different items, but just the stack size will have to be smaller for the smaller sizes. So I feel like with 4K storage cells, you're never running into too much of an issue. And then for anything I have massive stacks of, I'll probably just use drawers like we have down here. And what we can do is we can actually hook up the ME system just to this drawer controller, and then we should be able to see everything in our terminal that way. So that's definitely going to take a bit of reorganization, and we're going to need a lot of conduiting around, and I want to do it in a way that isn't super messy, so I still need to figure out where I want my terminal to go. That's something I'm definitely going to do in between this episode or the next episode. I'm gonna bring our terminal down somewhere. Maybe it feels wrong having it right in front of the door, but maybe since we're moving all of our stuff off of this wall, I might have our terminal go like maybe right above our furnace. But yeah, that's something we'll do next. Okay. ME interfaces. I think this is something we'll also handle next episode. I think we're a little short on time, so I'm going to wrap it up here. In between episodes, I am going to basically take our terminal. Well, a few things. First off, I'm going to basically fill up this ME drive with a few more 4K storage cells, and then we should be able to transport all of our stuff in there. And then I'm going to figure out where I want to put this ME terminal, and then work on kind of conduiting things up in a relatively efficient manner. We'll see how that goes. I might move stuff to the basement as well. And then yeah, next episode, when you tune in, there will be a nice terminal lying around somewhere, and hopefully things will be looking good. But for now, this is going to wrap up this episode. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.